If you were to ask me what my most played Switch game would be, it would definitely be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Of all Switch games, this is one I played relentlessly and have a bit of nostalgia for because of how much it has kept me busy over the years, especially with speculation in the air online at the time. And I sunk in. Oh, wait, hold on. I just. What's up? Oh my goodness, over 1,000 hours in this game. Jesus Christ. So yeah, you can tell for a fact I really love Smash Brothers. But the general consensus on Smash Ultimate really has shifted a lot over time, especially competitively. Now, I can't speak on Smash from the perspective of a competitive side, but I will say a project like Smash Ultimate will likely never happen again, considering the amount of work Sakurai had to do to even make it happen in the first place. But at the same time, I imagine the whole everyone is here angle Ultimate went with was part of the big appeal. You know, everybody from Smash's history came back alongside dream characters people have asked for so much and finally got it. Like, trust me, a character I wanted and was so happy they included him was Steve from Minecraft, and me finding out he was going to be in the game, that single-handedly encouraged me to get back into Minecraft. Hell, to this day, I still listen to the remixes that were made for Smash Ultimate. Hell, they were even put up on Spotify recently. If you don't believe me, here's proof. Okay, bye. But since the whole hype cycle, many people wonder where Smash can go next. Naturally, this causes speculation to go like wildfire. I think when it comes to Sakurai, he is a very big workaholic. I mean, even on his YouTube channel, he had worked so damn hard just to spend his knowledge on game development and design with the world, just so one day future designers can take stuff from his channel just to create a game of their own. The man works his ass off to the point he actually puts himself in medical trouble, which does worry me at times, but that just shows his dedication. But since Kirby Air Riders wrapped up development, I think the logical conclusion some will say is, where is the next Smash Brothers game? Now, trust me on this, I feel the next Smash game won't happen for a good bit. I think if Sakurai were to be making a new Smash Brothers game right now, even after Air Riders wrapped up development, he'd likely be in the planning stages for his next project, whatever it ends up being. I mean, hell, it might not even be a Smash game for all we know. But I see two possible outcomes. A simple Switch 2 edition of Smash Ultimate with all the DLC included, it runs smooth, and improved online functionality, and the possibility of new DLC fighters. Or we just get a brand new Smash Bros. Title entirely. Some say Smash needs a reboot of sorts just because of legacy fighters needing an overhaul because of how dated they feel. Personally, I feel some people do misunderstand some of the movesets for Smash, as some will say a moveset needs to reference way more from the character's history. But I am kind of on the middle side of this argument. I understand both sides of the moveset argument, because yeah, I do want Donkey Kong to better utilize his source material better, but at the same time, I don't want another flicky down smash scenario. What I am saying is, some people believe over-relying on references can take away from the fact that these characters are meant to be, well, you know, fighting. Like, not saying you can't reference something. Some people act like something like Banjo-Kazooie over-relied on references, but realistically, what do you want them to do? Make up new moves for them to use? The entire appeal of Banjo-Kazooie in Smash is that they use those classic moves from Banjo-Kazooie, and also Banjo-Tooie. And in my opinion, they work fine. And besides, the whole reference-heavy thing does feel like a poor argument when you're trying to translate a character over into a fighting game, considering most characters in Smash rely on the source material, and people like seeing that. In fact, one character has been criticized so much for not using enough source material, which was Sonic. What, did you think I was going to say Mario? Not only is he annoying to fight against, but his moveset is just boring. It's either too generic or uses a spin dash. Like, yeah, the spin dash is an iconic move, but it shouldn't represent like half of his specials, you know? But I get the argument on both sides, but at the same time, you gotta look at some of the movesets for these characters, and you must realize that these are showing their age. Like, Mario, in my opinion, I feel he needs a refresh. Like, his moveset should remain beginner friendly, but to me, I feel he needs to have moves that don't feel 20 years behind. But hey, if anybody wants to hear my ideas, feel free to let me know. I've created a good amount of Smash movesets that I would love to share with people, and I never really got any attention for it in a certain other website. So feel free to let me know if there's something you're interested in. Heck, I can make new movesets for people and ask you guys, hey, is this good? Or something like that. Like, I actually recently made, like, a moveset for the pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies, and yes, I actually did that. If you want to hear it, comment below. I know at least one of you has played PvZ at some point and is curious of what I came up with. But anyway, sorry with the tangent there. I do feel that a reboot shouldn't be towards the core of the gameplay. In my opinion, I think some people are misusing the word reboot in this context, simply because of the fighters in Smash feeling dated right now. I think the more correct thing to say is a new Smash title with refined and or brand new movesets for characters, if that makes sense. But I do feel Sakurai might not do this, considering I recall him saying that he doesn't want to tamper too much with movesets on the basis of people enjoying certain characters' movesets a lot. Like, some people like Link's moveset a lot, but many argue he should use aspects that could better match the recent Zelda titles. But to me, I think they already have a workaround. Basically, give Link the refresh and have young Link represent the old moveset. Like, he's already a character associated with the N64 era of Zelda, so I think letting him keep that original moveset for Link while giving the current Link a new one just would be an easy crowd pleaser. Speaking of which, I don't think it will be too far off to say that characters will be cut, especially any third-party characters. I wouldn't be too shocked if certain third-party characters don't come back, but in my opinion, you must keep the original 12 no matter what. They've been in Smash for this long, removing even one of them would just feel wrong. Another thing I think they should also create is brand new game modes, but also bring back some game modes from previous entries. Like, All-Star mode was gutted and neutered, and all you're left with is a discount multi-man mode in Ultimate. Just bring All-Star mode back as it was. Another thing, bring back Target Test and port the platforms. Like, Target Test went from amazing, to bleak, to Angry Birds knockoff, to literally nothing. Like, they literally did not even bother with a Target Test in Ultimate. Or the platforms, however, they didn't even bother bringing that one back. It's stuck on the N64. In my opinion, they should bring back both of these modes. I'm not asking for a unique level for each character, but something like a mix between Brawls and Melee's Target Test, like maybe a gauntlet of levels for each character to tackle. Maybe that could be a solid compromise. Classic mode, by the way, should remain the same like it was in Ultimate. They literally perfected Classic mode in Ultimate. Just please do not change it in this next game. Just keep it the same as it was and do not change it one bit. If you do something like Smash 4's Classic mode again, I will cry. Another thing is the Adventure mode. Now, I enjoyed World of Light. I know, sue me. But I will say it's no Subspace Emissary. But it's unlikely we'll ever get a Subspace Emissary 2. I feel that will just never happen, considering Sakurai not liking the fact Subspace had cutscenes uploaded online for people to see. But in my opinion, I think they might do something like a mix between Subspace and World of Light. Like, hear me out. Maybe something like you visit through different worlds belonging to different franchises and fighting in certain battles or whatnot, with some platforming levels here and there. And also, hear me out. What if the final battle took place inside of the bedroom from the original Smash Brothers? That's a weird idea, and I think it could be a cool full circle moment and goes back to the whole notion of the fighters being toys in the real world. Just imagine what they could do with that. That's just a weird idea I had, and I think it would just be a pure hype if they ever did something like that. But let me know what you guys think about that. In fact, feel free to share any ideas you may have in the comments. I love to hear them. Anyway, I'm gonna go and yeah. See ya. Bye.